Okay. 1 minute. No, it's like 10 minutes. Welcome to A Soul Elevated Life. Today, I encountered something really profound, and I want to share this wonderful message with you. So my sister and I, we were not running. My sister and I, we were attending my aunt's funeral today. My aunt is a few years older than my dad, so she's my dad's older sister, and we kind of knew that the time was coming for her to pass on. She had some diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, stuff that's typical in my dad's family, very high in heart disease, and she recently had 2 of her toes amputated. It's very painful to see her in that kind of much pain and taking that much medication. She was taking so much medication, like you take that much medication, you don't even feel like eating because your stomach's full of meds. So, we really missed her. At the same time, I feel like it was good that, she's in a better place where she's not suffering so much. And the wonderful part is she went to bed and she didn't wake up. So I think that's a wonderful way to leave, where you fall asleep and you don't get up. It's a peaceful leave of this earth. And as we were driving so I wanted to share 2 lessons with you today. One is, awesome. Remember, you promised to be quiet for a few minutes. So one is when her son, my cousin, he was talking about his mom and the stuff that he's learned from her, and he gave us some really good takeaways about the life that she lived and what he learned from being her son and having her as his mom. It's about, just truly embracing your parents and truly treasuring the time you do have with them, because blood is thicker than water. That's what he said. Family is so important, and it's a huge emphasis in my family in particular. And 2, treat your parents with all of respect and love, because you don't know how much time you have left with them. And she would do anything for any of her family, especially her son and her daughter. So time flies by. And when I was listening to that, I was thinking, I really need to talk with my mom. And one is to make sure that I have peace with my parents, so that when they transition to the next realm, it won't be so tough. And 2, I would ask them, if there were like 4 things or 10 things or 5 things they want to share with the world, with younger generations, with people still alive, as they leave this realm, what would those words of wisdom be, seeing that they've already lived 70 plus years? Mom is turning 70 this year. Dad just turned 71. So I'm sure they have wonderful words of wisdom. And sure, I've definitely come up with my teachings and the things that my parents have certainly taught me and instilled in me to share, at their eulogy. But I think it would be really awesome to interview, your parents and ask them, what would be the things that you would love to share and say? What are your big takeaways that you want people to remember, that you desire people to remember when, to truly make life count when you're still here? And as we left the funeral portion, and it was time to do a caravan and to drive to the site where the coffin was going to be buried, there were police cars, and the police cars were escorting us, and we all had our blinkers on to let people know that we were following a procession for a funeral. And then we passed this sign that said California. And I was talking to my sister, she was in the car with me, and I was like, Deborah, that is the sign. The multiverse is sending a sign. What if, because as you drive through, if you've ever been part of a caravan of a funeral procession, the cops, they're motorcyclists and they're riding along the way. Austin, you promised you'd be quiet for a few minutes.
I am.
You're making a lot of noise.
Why?
And as you're driving along to the site, it doesn't matter that the roads, like if you hit any red lights, if you hit any green lights, if you hit any yellow lights, if you hit any stop signs, like the cops are on their motorcycles, they have their sirens going, their lights flashing, and all the cars are stopping for you. It's like they parted the Red Sea. And all you have to do is get in the car, turn the key, put on your blinkers, and drive. It doesn't matter if it's a red light, it doesn't matter if it's a green light, it doesn't matter if it's a yellow light, it doesn't matter if you hit a stop sign. You follow where the cops are directing you to go. And the cars, they're all waiting for you. They're out of the way. They're like pulled to the side, or they're waiting for you to pass by. And when we were doing that, I was driving, and we passed under the street sign that said California. And I said, Deborah, what if this is the multiverse sending us a sign? And I got the shivers, of course. I was saying this to her, and I said, what if it was as simple as that you trust in the multiverse, you trust in the Heavenly Father, you trust in God, that he or she would clear the way for you. She would direct you. She would get the cars to stop for you. And it doesn't matter if you hit the red lights, the green lights. It just appears as if it's all green lights. You are going without stopping. And all you had to do was simply get in your car, turn the key, turn your blinkers, and push the gas pedal. It was so unnatural for me to see a yellow light or red light and not to stop, because it was like I almost, I would have to tell myself, there are cops directing your way. You do not have to stop even when it's a red light. But it was so instinctive. And it made me think about, you always hear people say, just get out of your damn way. Just get out of your damn way. And if it was as simple, not easy, don't get those two confused. If it was as simple as you setting an intention and choosing exactly where you would like to go, and being very clear about your intention, stating it to God, stating it to the multiverse, and he or she says, okay, got it, message received, I will clear the way for you. Right? Total goosebumps. I will clear the way for you. Get in your car, turn the key, turn on the blinkers to let everybody know you're on a mission. And get in the car, turn your blinkers to let everybody know you're on a mission. Send the message out and push the gas, push it go. And it was so powerful. When I said that, Deborah and I got really quiet. And, an example of this is my sister was set. She was set on going to California. Our goal is to move to the West Coast. And our target goal is to do this the summer of 2019. And my sister's okay, I'm bringing my dog, Maddie. So she only looks at apartments that are dog friendly, right? And then she's I'm determined to find a job in Santa Monica. So she sends application after application after application after resume after resume after resume until she gets all these yeses. And then she picks the place that she decides to work at. And then she's just here's something incredibly powerful. She said to the multiverse, she has trouble making decisions when there's lots of options. And she says, can you just kind of drop off the options that don't serve me, so that when I have when there's a lot of choices to make, just drop off the options that don't really serve me, that don't really make sense, they're not good for me, they're not a good use of my time. Can you just give me with just a few options to choose? And that way it's very, very clear of what's the best direction to take. And she did that. And the guys that she dated, the options, like some of them fell out of the picture. Cities that she looked at along the West Coast, like all of a sudden they're like, sorry, the offer is not available. And all of a sudden she's left with like one or two choices. And then it was really simple. So not only can you pray and ask for and manifest into existence where you would like to go, what direction you want to be, but you can also ask for some really simplification. You can ask for help in making big decisions very simply. And with all this extraneous stuff that doesn't serve, you can ask for that stuff to be removed because it's your soul's desire. You are of the Father. It's already in you. You just simply have to ask. It was so powerful. Today was such a powerful day. It was a time of celebration of life. It was a time to remember that we all pass on, we all die. It was to remember that the multiverse and the Heavenly Father, they carve the way for you. Would you just simply ask and set the intention and manifest it? And you start taking the action. You get in your car and you drive. Like Deborah, you send out the resumes. You only look at the things that really serve you. You drop off all the stuff that you're not committed to. And you ask for help. When there's too many options, ask for the other options to fall away. And all of a sudden you're left with like one or two options. And then it's so straightforward, and in your hearts of hearts and your soul's desire, you just know that this is a stepping stone for you. This is the next step in your journey, and everything will fall into place, and it makes absolute, complete sense. So utterly powerful. I just had to share that with you. Such a wonderful message today. So here's to you living a soul elevated life. I will see you tomorrow. And, some quick housekeeping stuff. I have a course that I have showed you. I share with you all my secrets on how you can master 3 disciplines in your life. And those things would be meditation, which I do daily. I do 4 hours of meditation a day so that I can better serve you. You don't have to meditate 4 hours a day. Obviously, you can start with 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. 15 minutes is like the recommended amount, but if it's like too much, you can start with 5 and work your way up from there. And then daily manifestations, there is a right way to write them and a wrong way to write them. Trust me, I've written them the wrong way for many, many ways, and there's a very powerful way to do it and a less powerful way to do it. So I show you some powerful ways to do it. And the third thing I teach you is how to follow the trigger brick road, which is whenever you have triggers in your life, it's really good to dig into them and understand them, journal about them, meditate on them, so that you can really dig into any limiting beliefs you may have buried into your subconsciousness that has been there since you were like 5 years old, when you started judging yourself and when you started making a lot of rules about life and giving meaning to things that happen in your life. And sometimes they're not necessarily true anymore, but you hang on to them because that's the truth that you saw at a younger version of you. And so those are the 3 major disciplines that I teach you. You master those and you have a transformed life. Transformed. The course is worth hundreds of dollars, and I only have it for $97. Not because there's something powerful about you paying for something, because you set an intention that you'll take seriously the course that you purchase. When you get stuff for free, sometimes you're like, yeah, it was free. I'm not that big into like following the guidance and the suggestions, but since I paid money, I'll actually give it some serious effort and actually apply these disciplines in my life and see if there's any truth to what she's saying, any truth to. You generate the value yourself when you decide that you put your money where your mouth is. You're going to pay for something and you're going to back it with some action. That's how you get transformation in your life. 2, I have a website called soulelevatedlife.com. If you're interested in getting 11 free disciplines on that you can master or try out for size and see what you think, you go to my website, subscribe, and I will send you a link on how you can download this beautiful PDF file I made. It has 11 actions on it that you can choose to take and try them out for size, and they transform your life. And since it's a beautiful document, you can keep it at your fingertips, either on your mirror, next to where you brush your teeth, or next to your computer where you work. Whatever strikes your fancy. You can keep it in your car, so you read it every day before you go to work, before you do your thing, or when you're running errands. 3, I have a YouTube channel. So search for Soul Elevated Life on YouTube, and you can check out my videos there if you prefer not to watch them on Facebook. And 4, if you are catching this on my personal page on Facebook, you can also visit me on on the Facebook page, Soul Elevated Life, and you can like and follow me and set to see me first. So whenever I do live content, you can catch me and feed your soul a little bit, have some nourishment for your soul. And 4, last but not least, I am a coach. The business I created is called Soul Elevated Life. It's a coaching practice that I've recently started, and I am all about you living your soul elevated life. I was brainstorming a really long time about what is my intention with this coaching practice, and it is to elevate your soul, to have you live a really meaningful, deep, powerful life with deep, meaningful relationships, and it starts with having a coach. There is something utterly transformative about seeing different perspectives, from talking to someone, from finding out what your blind spots are, from having someone, i.e. a coach, that doesn't buy any of your bullshit or your excuses and takes a really strong stand for you and all your potential and all you are truly capable of and what you truly came here to do. I'm really good at giving you some serious, tough, compassionate love, and I will call you out on all your BS. So if you're looking for a coach that agrees with everything you say, I'm not your person. But if you're looking for someone who will take a stand for you, the best version of you, and call you out and challenge you and have you operate outside your comfort zone for your massive transformation and soul expansion and growth, that would be me. That's where I come in. So contact me, email me, call me, let me know if you would like to hire a coach, and we can talk to each other, see if we're a good fit for one another, and if that's the case, then we will proceed from there. In the meantime, have a soul elevated life, make it a soul elevated day today, and I will see you tomorrow.